welcome to my channel, Kimbaskrafts. My name is Kim, and if this is your first time stopping in and clicking on one of my videos, I hope you enjoy it and you like what you hear and see. If you are returning, as always, thank you so much for your continued support. So we are here to finish this kit up. This kit up took me almost 3 hours, so I ended up splitting it into 2. So this is the final result. I'm just recording. I had to record an end to the first video, and now I have to record a beginning to the second video. So this is the recording to the second video. I'm going to go ahead and finish putting the rest of what I have left into these bottles, and then at the end, you'll see me organize them into this specific setting here. This is I come up with how I categorize them, and etc, etc. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, I'm going to be starting this project very soon. The only thing I'm waiting to do now is to take my start photo with the canvas and all the items that I'll be using. So you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you in the end. Good morning. It's the next day. It's the next day. Whew, I just woke up and I can't even see straight yet. I just made my coffee. This one has caffeine in it for sure. And yeah, I probably should have drank a little bit of this and let the sleep clear from my eyes before pressing record, but here we are. I was like, I ate and I said, they're never gonna know. They're never gonna know. No, I went to bed, and then Bob was awake. Bob was awake, so whew, he was like laying in bed. And of course, you know, you can't go right to sleep, so I start scrolling, and I'd stumble on I might have talked about this kid before, Matt Rife. He's a comedian, and he's so funny, and he's really pretty. He's funny and pretty, and he's so funny though. Like I'm scrolling, and his one of his videos comes up, and he always does banter with the crowd, and he's so witty, like, and we watched this one. I don't even know what it was, because after that I clicked on, like, we were cracking up, I click on it on his Facebook page, and he we just are watching one after the other. So I have no idea what time I actually went to sleep, but it was after 3 a.m. and it's now 9 a.m. So I've had less than 6 hours of sleep, but that's okay. I am actually doing overtime tonight. I did actually pick up overtime, only 4 hours. I don't want to do more than 4 hours. I would rather go in and do 4 hours here and there, even once a week, than do another 12-hour shift. But this really cute girl, she's so sweet. At my job, she's just adorable, and she's young, she's pretty, and you know, she's new to the ICU. She used to work on the step-down unit. I don't know how long she's been a nurse, but all right, so that was number 65. I need to find the train with 6, unless this is it. Is this it? 66. This is it. She used to work on the step-down unit, and she came over to the ICU, and she's been there for a few months now. And I was talking to her one night, and I said, you know, so how do you like it? And she's like, it's okay. And she's really good. She's really good. And she's a hard worker. And she said, it's okay. She said, but I feel like I'm going to throw up every time I come to work. And I was like, why? And she said, because I'm terrified I'm going to kill someone. And I was like, oh, yeah, you're going to feel like that for a while. I mean, I really wish I had better news for her, but yeah, welcome to the world of nursing. I was like, yeah, you know, that's going to take a while. That's going to take a while. I mean, years, you know, to go away. And it doesn't actually ever go away. I still feel like that to this day, like scared I'm going to miss something. But, you know, it doesn't consume you the way, you know, it does. It probably feels like it does for her right now. And so I said, that's normal. But she says her walk from the car into the building. And I said, did you feel like that on the step down? And she said, no. You know, it's just, it's a lot in the ICU. And I get it. And it's normal. It's actually normal. Like, no, it's funny the things that nurses get used to, you know. What's normal in nursing is just not normal in normal life. And I forget that sometimes, a lot of times actually. And I told her, you know, it's good that you feel that way because it means you care, you know, which means you're good. Like, and it takes a while for it to go away. But, you know, you don't ever want it to go away. You don't ever want it to go completely away. You want it to get easier because who wants to feel like they're going to throw up as they walk into work every day? And literally that's, so I was telling her, you know, at my old job, one day I walked into work and how they did it was the first thing you did when you walked through the doors. And nurses in general are notoriously early. Majority of nurses are early to work because we understand that there's a nurse who's been there for 12 hours and they're waiting for you and they cannot leave and they cannot go home and eat, sleep, see their kids until you get there. Okay. They are quite literally chained to their patient until you arrive and relieve them of their duties. So nurses in general, majority of nurses, there's some chronically late nurses, but majority of nurses are either early to their position, or they arrive just like right on time. But you don't have nurses that arrive even 10, 15 minutes late to their shift every day. That just doesn't happen. I've never seen anyone that chronically late, you know. And most of the time, if they're not there by like 10 after 7, somebody's trying to call them at home because almost always if they're not there by 10 after 7, this is number 69, 33, 25. They're still in bed sleeping for one reason or another. They wrote their schedule down wrong. 33, 25. Yeah. So by 10 after, if you don't see your relief, and nobody's heard from them, so that was number 69. We now need 70. I think this is the right one. Yep. You know, we're trying to get a hold of them, trying to figure out if they even realize they're supposed to be at work. And almost always it's because, you know, staffing messed up, they switched with someone and they never took them off that day. One thing or another, but they're not actually supposed to be at work, or where they are and they wrote it down wrong. And but how did I get onto that part? So anyway, so at my old job, what we used to do is we used to sit and wait in the break room. So and you couldn't clock in until, you can't clock in until 6:53. You can clock in at 6:53. Okay, if you clock in any earlier, then it's considered stealing time. So what we would all do at my old job, because the time clock is actually in the break room, we would all congregate in the break room, sit down, wait for the clock to strike 6:53, and then we'd all be in a line clocking in at the same time. And then you would just see this mass of nurses walking in through the unit doors together. And the first thing we would do is we would walk up to the nurses station, which was right there, and they would have the assignment sheet sitting on the desk. This is number 71, 33, 71. And you would pick up the assignment sheet. And on the assignment sheet, it would have every nurse that's supposed to be there, what their bed assignment is. And the way this place, my old job worked, was they would assign you beds even if there was nobody in it. And they would put next to it, like, open. So, like, let's say I had beds 20 and 21. And 21 did not have a patient in it. It would say 20 and then 21 and then in parentheses open, to let me know that I only have one patient to start, but I have the potential of, you know, getting a second patient through the night. In my current job, they don't assign open beds. Because they ask you, where do you want this patient to go? And see, at my old job, they wanted you to be close to your patients. This job, they don't care. It's funny. It's like you could be like these are all beds in the same pod. You could have this bed and this bed. At my old job, they would not do that. Like, you would be like within these beds. Like, they want you to be. So that's why they would assign the, and they would split assignments up to make sure your two patients are close together. It was a little hard to get used to. I was just like, this just doesn't make sense. But, and then at my old job, like, the sheet would have, like, the nurses' names, their beds, the phone that was assigned to them. So I would know, oh, you know, Jane Doe is my coworker, and she's here tonight, and she's got beds 15 and 16, and this is her phone, right? So if I pick up the phone and they say, you know, I need to speak to the nurse in bed 16, I just be like, 16. Oh, okay, Jane Doe. Call her on the, here's her number. Hold on, I'm going to transfer you. Transfer the person to that phone. It was very helpful. And they would have the name of the doctors that were on and their phone next to it, and the respiratory therapists that were on and their phone next to it. And the techs that were on and their phones next to it. So, you know, you knew who to call when you needed a turn. You would call the tech's phone number. Everybody had a phone. Everybody was reachable in the case of an emergency. Yeah, it was very, I think it was very organized, and I really liked that style. So I told her, you know, when I would go through the doors, one day I saw one of the nurses' names, and instead of a bed assignment, it said, please see A&M, which means assisted nurse manager, A&M, in office. And so we were like, what? Like, why do you gotta go to the office? So she goes into the office, and they thought she did something wrong, and they wanted to talk to her about it, and they wouldn't give her an assignment until she cleared that situation up with them. And I only saw that once ever. I never seen that again, but it scarred me because after I saw that, every time I walked through those doors, I would have this increased anxiety, and my heart would start pounding, and I would say to myself, okay, wait. Number 74, which is number 1, 3747, 4 whole bags. So we might actually get more than 4 bottles for this one. I don't know. This might require 5, unless each of these bags nicely fits into 1 bottle. We'll grab 5, since we don't know. And let's see what happens. And yeah, I would, like, my heart rate would go up. My palms would start sweating until I got that assignment sheet in my hands. And I could see that I had a bed, 2 beds assigned to me. Yeah. If I did not I like I said, I never saw that again, but so I told her, I know what you're feeling. And I totally know what you're feeling. And it took years for that to go away. I mean, and it never completely went away. I always thought that every time I went through, but you know, my physiological reaction, you know, the palm sweating, all that, diminished slowly through the years. But yeah, the stress and fear of missing something, doing something wrong, like causing harm indirectly or however, is real. It's a lot of stress. It's like I said, sometimes I think we make decent money as nurses, and then something happens and I'm like, we don't make nearly enough for this kind of stress and responsibility. Like, we need to be making more money just for mental health. But anyway, so I said to her, she was working, and she helped me out a lot that night. She was really sweet, and I wanted to pick up 4 hours. So I said to her, I said, when do you work this week? And she tells me Wednesday and Thursday. I said, you wanna come in 4 hours late? 37:47. You want to come in 4 hours later one of those nights? And her eyes got big as saucers, and she looked at me and she said, yes. I said, yeah? You want to come in at 11? Yes. I said, all right. I'll email our boss and see if he'll let me work 4 hours for you. It was so cute. So lets her come in a little later, and so I'm working from 7 to 11, and she'll come in at 11. So there we go, 5 bottles for that one. And here we go. This is number 75, 3755. And I don't know why I poured it like that. I was trying to be fancy. No, I was just being lazy. All right, let's see. Can we fit this all in one? Yes, I thought so. So I'm going to try to do that once a week, every week. There hasn't really been bonus. You don't get bonus if you take hours from someone. So while there's no bonus, I'll just help people out, you know, offer to work 4 hours for them here and there. You could usually find someone who desperately wants some extra time home. All right. Oh, that was 75. We have another bag. This should fit in one too. So once I think I said this earlier, I don't know now. I was like half delirious when I started making this video at 2 in the morning. So this is number N, or symbol N, and number 3755. I feel like these, I'll link these stickers below. Actually, let me do it like this. I don't want to do one that I drew. Okay, yeah, they are removable. So I love that for me. 76, 37, 56. I think we only need 2, maybe. So it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I actually, this is my rest day. Taking my mom to the doctor's today to follow up with that GI visit I took her to months ago. And, you know, see how the ultrasound and her blood work went. And then I have to work tonight. So if I have to, I have plenty of time to take a nap. I don't have to be anywhere this morning, so I can just relax and do this video and diamond paint after until, oops, come on. Bob's in the kitchen. Oh, guys, our house, whoever did the wiring of our house, number 76, 3756, symbol K, I think they were drunk, because like too many things are on one circuit. And so, like, my daughter can't blow dry her hair, and I can't make a cup of coffee at the same time, or the circuit pops, and I don't know. Bob's in there trying to fix something, because I think 2 of the outlets are bad. I don't know. So he tells me, I popped the circuit because I put, what did I have going on? I popped the circuit. I was making coffee and something else. And, oh, no. What the heck? I was trying to do something. I was making coffee and I tried to do something. And it popped the circuit. It popped the circuit, and so I told him, you know, this isn't working now. And so he tried to fix it, couldn't figure it out. He's like, I'll have to take care of it later, because he had just gotten home from work. So he went to bed, and then when I got home from the gym, he was like, oh, I figured it out. The one by the stove is bad. I have to replace it. I said, really? I thought it was the one in the island. He said, no, it's the one on the stove. You can use the one on the island. The one on the stove is disconnected. I said, okay. And so I go to vacuum, and I plug the vacuum into the island one, and as soon as I hit the switch on the vacuum, I hear a pop. And so all the plugs connected to that circuit. I can't get it to restart. So when he wakes up again, I say, so I tried to use the one on the island, like you said, and I didn't have anything else on. Nothing else was running. I wasn't making coffee. I didn't have the heater on. I didn't do it. And I said, I just tried to turn on the vacuum, and it popped. And so he starts trying to figure it out last night, and he's like, no, this doesn't make sense. And he's like, you know, he used to be a home inspector, so he's got this gadget that checks if something's live or not. I'm like, what does that thing actually do? And he's like, plugging it in, plugging it out, plugging it in this one, plugging it in this one. I'm like, what? And he's like, this doesn't make sense. And he's like checking the circuit panel, doing the, and he's like, I have to figure this out tomorrow. So I hear him in there, and he sounds frustrated. But like, we have a fan up in the attic, and we had a light switch in the garage, and we didn't know what the light switch in the garage did, and we would like flick it on and off. He was flicking it on and off, and he had me in the garage flicking it on and off, and he's running through the house trying to see if it works anything. And then finally one day he went up in the attic, and the fan was on, because we had, and he realized that switch was for the fans. And then he had more, we don't even know. Like, there's, my daughter's room is connected to something in the dining room, connected to something in the kitchen. It's ridiculous. I don't even know. So whenever she dries her hair, we have to turn everything off, and it's so stupid. It's really frustrating, actually. 80, 38, 23. Okay. I said to Bob, can you wake me up when it's 9? He's like, okay. Next thing I know, it's 9. Yeah. Wake up. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh my God. Can you do that with a little finesse? And he's like, it's 9. I'll tell you what, living with Bob is not boring. Start singing. I'll tell you what, though, got me up. Because if he didn't scream it and he was just like, hey, it's 9, and was like shaking me a little bit, I guarantee I'd still be in bed right now. These symbols, these are the annoying ones. All right, this is our last round. We got the ABs in here. Tons of ABs. All right, number 83. Wait, wasn't that, was that? Okay, number 83. The pound for the hashtag symbol. 3845. We are down to the last 8. Is it 8 or 9? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay. We need at least 2. Maybe 3. I think 3. These feel pretty heavy. Yeah. 3 bags for number 84, which is 3856. So the way I'm going to do this is going to be the first time I ever diamond paint down, up and down. I've never ever done that on a diamond painting before. I've always gone across. But obviously that makes 0 sense on 180 across. So this will be the first time I ever go up and down. And I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of which way is best for me to start. Because I feel like I like to start on the opposite side of my hand, but I actually think it is best if I start that way, because that way if I'm doing it on this one, it's going to go over there and it can lay over there and not on the floor. Like I'll roll it up as I go. Yeah, I think I'm going to start. I'm going to start on my normal side. I'm going to start on the right side. So this is symbol B. B. 3856. Okay, and now we're going into the ABs. I think I'm only going to need 2, but I pulled out 3 just in case. The next one is the white AB. I think I could fit this into 2. We'll see. No. So it's a good thing we pulled out 3. There's 1 bag. And they call their white AB AB08. There's 2 bags. 1, 2, 3. I haven't used a round bottle container in a hot minute because I've been going back and forth between my Elizabeth Ward so this is 08. I'm just going to put 08. I can't fit 08 AB. he figured it out. Okay. And then we have 86, which is our lavender AB. I think it should fit in one. I can't believe that I was able to fit all the drills. I think it's, you know, it's not going to go over this second layer for that large canvas. So if I wanted to, I could kit up a second kit. I mean, I don't even need to use the top layer now. I just need to use the bottom layer, right? So this is TAB34. T34, 34. Oh, I only needed to do one. All right, so I think he fixed it. T34, 34. Okay, 87 is AB03, and we definitely only need one. My stomach wants to growl. I'm hungry. AB03, perfect. And AB05, which is the light pink. Okay. I've been feeling pretty good though, guys. I have been. And then AB666. That's weird that they actually use the DMC for this one. It's the hourglass. Because they didn't even do that with 5200, you know? We got 2 more colors. No, 3 more colors. 3 more colors. This one actually uses their AB741. That's so weird. Why do they do like AB04 and 08? And now they're actually using DMC numbers. I prefer when they use DMC numbers. It just makes it easier to color match and stuff. And then these two. AB742. I think we only need one. We're almost done. Please. I thought 2 fell. These look really sparkly. Okay. And then one more. AB 3846. And we will definitely only need 1 bottle. And then we can put them all in order. All right, now. Let me get rid of this trash. I'm so glad that I got these stickers. They worked really well. I don't know where the pack is. Oh, here it is. I didn't need my dryer sheets or my blunt-ended tweezers. Very, very happy about that. We're done with the scissors. We're done with these stickers. Put everything aside. All right, let's bring these babies closer. All right. I really need to be able to see. All right, so I like to start at the bottom and then go up. So number 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So number 1 had 5 tubs. I have to make sure I keep multiple things together. These are all singles. Here's number 1. And then number 2 was these. So 1, 2, twist that. Okay, and then number 3 had 3. So I'm going to put a blank one here. And put 3 down here. And is there a 4? Yes, 4 had 3. So 1, 2, 3. There's 4. Five. Is there a 5? I see 6. You know what I could look at is this. So there's no 5 on that side. There's no 5, probably because there's an S. So we're going right to 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, no 5. I'm going to put these 2 up here. And then this one, and 6. I see 7. 7 is 1, 2, 3. 7 is here. And I'm going to guess there's no 8. There's probably a B. Yeah, there's a B, so there shouldn't be an 8. So I'm just going to skip right over that and hope I'm right. And move these guys, because I see a 9. And then we're going into ABCs. So, is there a capital A? Yes. It's right here. There's 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. We finally made it to the end. 1, 2. Oh. Okay, so there's no lowercase a though, right? No. So we have B, which needs 3. A, B, C, which needs 3. A, B, C. Is there a D? I don't remember seeing a D. A, B, C, D. No, but there's an E. And that's over there. There's 3. C, D, E, F. Is there no F? I thought that Dreamers always had an E and an F. Is there a lowercase e? A, B, C, D, E. No lowercase e. F, no F. G. 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 I wonder where you are. Oh, here. 3. There's 3 of them. So I need another. I might go into another case just because I can't get an even number on the end here. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I know there's an H. Ah, here it is. C, D, F, G, H. Those are singles. H. I know there's an I because I had to draw an I. Capital I. There's 2. These need to stay together. H, I. I know there's a J. Pretty sure there's a J. Where's the J? What is? Let me just double check. J. Yes. 2. J. There's 2 K's. K, L. I think there's 1 L. Yes. It's right here. J, K, L, M. Is there an M? Yes. M. 3 M's. 1, 2, 3, L, M. And then there's the pitchfork, which I always put with the M's. Where's that guy? Pitchfork. Here he is. 1. L, M, N. Is there an N? Yes. 2 bottles for the N. L, M, N. And then O. I feel like there's a lot of O's. O. Is there an O? Maybe there's not. No, there is an O. Oh, it's the AB. And then O. There's 3 O's. All right. 1, 2, 3. O. P. I know there's a P. O, P. Where's P? There's P. There's 2 of them. P. And then I saw the Q. It's up here. O, P. Q. R. Is there an R? No R. But we know there's an S. There's 2 S's. Q, R, S, T. Okay, there's a couple different T's. Is there regular T? So I like to say that's a T, a slanted T. And then there's the upside down T. And then is there a regular T? I think there is a regular T, but I don't see it. My eyes. Okay, it's an AB, And there's actually two. Why is there two? So I'm going to put this over here. That's the slanted one. And then where's the upside down one? I know there's an upside down one because I had to draw it. And then I'm going to put this T here. Because I remember when I drew it, I said it's a Korean symbol. Here it is. There's two of them. T. And then right after this is U. So they get the same place. T-U-V. Is there a V? I don't think so. U-V. All right. Bob fixed it. He was just explaining it to me. I'm looking at him and he looks at me. He's like, you have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm like, zero clues. Zero. He's talking about polarity, hot, neutral. I'm just like, dude. I'm like, what? So what works and what doesn't? Okay, U, V, W. Is there a W? Probably not because there's an M, right? U, V, and W, X. There's an X. I know there's an X because I had to draw one. So there's at least two. There's three. X, Y. Wow. We're going into the X, Y. Oh, wait. Here's another T. That doesn't help me. So the numbers are actually going to go over here. That stinks. The letters, I mean, are going to actually go over here. X, Y. There's two Y's. Yeah, that doesn't help. But what it does do is I can move all these over. Put this here. All right, guys, I don't know what just happened. I just recorded a voiceover over this part, and for some reason it didn't work. I have no idea. But anyway, Bob was playing way too loud. And I know he's played in the past, and I said in my video, I was like, I hope he's not playing too loud and I don't get copyrighted. And everybody was like, oh, we can't hear Bob. Well, let me tell you, you would have heard Bob. I knew what songs he was playing, listening to this video, and I was just talking a bunch of gibberish, trying to drown him out. And there was no drowning that out, okay? I think he thinks he's a rock star now. So I have to voice over. It was like 9+ minutes long. I'm not going to be able to talk that much during this little voiceover, but I'm just going to explain to you what I did during this time. So I was able to fit a majority of all the numbers and letters in the first layer. It did spill over, like the very last few layers of the alphabet, I think like X, Y, and Z, ended up going into the bottom row of the second layer, which is fine. Right now, I am just looking at my sheet that I printed up to make sure I didn't miss any letters, because you see all these bottles that I still have to sort through. So the stickers are small. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. You can see in this first layer here, I have a bunch of empty bottles, and here's where I find a letter that I missed. I think it was like R or something, I don't know, but I found a letter that I missed, and now I have to just move everything over to make room for it. I'm trying not to lose my letters here. So I have to move everything over to make room for it, and then it's more spills over into the second layer. So that's what I'm doing up there. You see at the very end of the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers, there's an empty bottle. Those are just placeholders because I do like to try to keep like if I have 3 bottles of B, I like to try to keep those 3 bottles together. I don't like to put it in a second row. That's just me. So if if the next letter isn't one bottle, which none of them were, then I just put a placeholder. I was concerned that I used all the empty bottles in the first layer and I wasn't going to be able to use any in the second layer. It ends up working out in the end, but you see here I found a sideways A, so I ended 1 bottle, so I ended up putting that next to the A's, and I was able to save a place marker for the second layer. And now once I move this over, then I feel confident that I got all the numbers, all the letters, and I can start concentrating on the symbols. So I think I'm getting ready to move this first layer off. Yeah, so I'm moving this first layer off. Now I feel confident that I got everything I needed in order over there. And now I have to just sort through all of these other bottles. All of the bottles that I had removed, and then in the foam of the second layer, everything above, there's my pink rimmed glasses, all the bottles above that first row are symbols. So I'm going to go through all of those. I'm going to sort them into categories. And this is what I meant when I said I know where they go. I know where they go because this is how I always, this is always how I kit up. I always kit up in symbols, first letter, numbers, letters, and symbols. So majority of companies use very similar symbols. So I know when I see a symbol, I'm like, I think of that as an arrow. I think of that as a dot. I think of that as a line. And that's just how my brain works because I do it all the time with every time I see that symbol. So now I'm just putting those into categories like dots, lines, arrows, triangles, squares, circles. That's what I'm doing right now. So I'm building my piles of symbols, and then I'm going to go ahead and figure out how I'm putting them in the foam. And that's going to just be completely based off of room. So I'm going to, now if I didn't use a majority of the bottles in the 2 foams, in the 2 layers, then I wouldn't be so picky. But because I only had like 6 or 7 bottles that I didn't use, I need these to like go right up against each other from row to row to row. So that's why I'm going to be a little extra picky. So I'm going to go ahead and time lapse the rest of this, and you'll see in the end, I'll show you everything. I'm going to time lapse the rest of Bob's playing part, and I do eventually stop the recording and go in there and I'm just like, you're too loud. And so I do have the rest of this video where I can play you the real video. All right, guys, I'm going to time lapse about a minute of it, and I'll see you in the end.
It's the same old sound in the same old town. I wake up early with a sigh. The morning breaks to leave behind the night I need to get me by. Safe and lonely. It's the same old sound.
All right. And then these guys. Okay, those are the lines. Now I have 3 empty, so we're going to do circles. These are the circles. And then we'll go from circles right to dots because they're very similar. These are squares. do squares because there's only 3 of them. And then we'll do these guys, which are just kind of like randoms. And then, let's see, arrows. Let's do triangles. I might do arrows, but let's see. These 3, and what looks like that? This looks like that. This looks like that. And this looks like that. Okay, so I can't do this unless I have, okay, so these 2, this one, these 2, this one, these are corners, and this one, and this. All right, so we need something with 4. So I'm going to do these arrows, these 2, and then these 2, which are similar, and then the U-turn, and then these 3, which are similar, and then we'll do these triangles, which are all corners. So they'll all be in a row. And then we'll do these, which are all hourglasses facing different directions. And then we'll do these triangles. And then we'll do these 2. And then we'll do the randoms. Flower, alien guy, anchor, cent, sign, star, and question mark. Okay, that's it. All right, so this is how I did it. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, A, B, C, E, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, X. And the X goes like this, so I'll use this one first. There's not a lot in here. Once that's empty, then I'll go up. X. And then we have Y, Z. And then I went into lines. Check mark is lines, tree is lines, those are lines. Plus mark is lines, hashtag lines, and then circles. So half circle, 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 dots, and circles. And then, actually I'm going to switch this with this. There we go. So circles, dots, and then square, 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 and then screws, staples, and then arrows, arrows, and then triangles, and then hourglasses, and then, so these are corners, these are triangles, but they're not corners. They're straight up triangles facing different directions. These are corners, the 4 corners facing different directions. And then that's also, I consider a triangle, and then triangle, and then randoms. Flower, alien guy, anchor, cent sign, star, question mark. And that's it, guys. Whew. So for 180 by 60, we were able to get it into 2 tubs. So I'm going to put this one on the top and put these on the bottom, and then I just need to access the bottom layer, and I'm good. And that's all I have for you guys today. We are all kitted up. For washi tape, I'm just going to use random flower ones. We have my Craft Makes pen for this one. And I think that's it. I think we're going to call this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was very, very long. I don't even know how long it's going to be, but it's going to be pretty long. Yeah, anything I use for this kit up, I will link below. I will link Craft Makes pens below, the metal tips, the non-stick stickers, and the art dot links. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up on the way out. And if you want to see more from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the family and friends here at Kimbaskrafts. Watch me finish my largest canvas ever. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care. Keep diamond painting.